Hello and welcome back to CanPetEat.com, where we help you determine which foods your pet can and cannot eat. In this video, we are going to answer the question, can dogs eat ramen noodles? In this video, we will explain exactly what ramen noodles are, why dogs can or cannot eat them, and more. We'll also share with you a few foods that are similar that they should absolutely stay away from. So, be sure to watch this entire video to learn if your dog can eat ramen noodles. Be sure to like, subscribe, and paw the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. Also, click the first link in the description for a free guide to train your dog. Question of the day: what has your dog gotten into that scared the daylights out of you? Comment below and your comment may be pinned and featured in a future video. Our connection and relationship with our dogs move in mysterious ways. Although dogs can't verbally express their thoughts, we strive to communicate with them in a language that love speaks. In other words, our relationship with them stretches like ramen noodles, long, thick, yet delicate. To an extent, our canine relationship makes it more robust with feeding and nourishing them with nutritious, beneficial foods. Ramen noodles are our escape for a moment of enjoyment, but could this one-of-a-kind dish be suitable for the dog's tongue? We know you have a hint, but let's check if that really works. In this article, we will guide you on ramen noodles' nature and how safe it could be for your dogs. What are ramen noodles? Ramen noodles are usually served in a cup with a spice packet and dried veggies. According to the record, ramen noodles were a Chinese imported dish delivered to Japan in 1859. The name ramen comes from the Japanese word for pulled noodles because the traditional way of making ramen is to pull the dough into thin strands. Today, ramen noodles are prevalent in the United States, Canada, and many other countries worldwide. Depending on its size, you may see ramen noodles sold at grocery stores or convenience stores for around $0.25 $0.75 per serving. There is also the option of buying ramen noodles as a meal itself, which would cost around $0.75 $0.85 per serving size, ranging from small to large. Ramen noodles are best served when a cup of noodles is cooked, drained, and rinsed with hot water. Then the cup of ramen noodles would be seasoned to taste by either adding in some flavor packet or simply adding salt if preferred. Food family of ramen noodles. Ramen noodles belong to the family food of noodles, which are made mainly by combining flour with eggs. Noodles are usually categorized into two main types, either long or short types of noodles. Long noodles can be considered the more complex form since it takes a long process to make this noodle, such as yeast and kneading dough before pulling them apart. Short noodles are considered the more straightforward form of noodle to make. This is because short noodles can be made by simply mixing some water and salt into a dough, then cut up in small portions before being boiled for a couple of minutes until fully cooked. With the given facts, do we agree that it is safe for dogs to eat ramen? Can dogs eat ramen noodles? Of course, dogs can safely eat ramen noodles in a way that you serve the noodles according to your dog's preference. This means that if you own a small breed or toy-sized dogs, then it is crucial for you only to feed them small servings of ramen, not exceeding more than a tablespoon per serving. Small-sized breeds such as Chihuahuas and Shiba Inu would benefit from small servings of ramen since they are not big enough to handle larger servings. On the other hand, large breed dogs can eat more significant ramen noodles without health-related issues. However, it is still essential for them to avoid eating large quantities in one setting. For example, don't give your Great Dane a cup of ramen noodles all by himself. So, what are the best ways to feed your dogs with ramen noodles? Best ways to feed your dogs with ramen noodles. Wash the noodles properly. First, you have to wash the noodles properly and serve them with ground beef or sausage, both of which can be cooked in a pot and seasoned to your dog's taste. You may also choose to mix up the noodles with another type of food such as broccoli, carrots, and even cheese for added flavor that suits their palate. Boil till its best form. Second, you need to boil the noodles until fully cooked for those who want to serve their pups with ramen noodles. This way, Your dog won't get any health-related issues from consuming undercooked food, since this could lead to developing conditions such as salmonella. Plus, you can assure that ramen noodles have been cooked thoroughly and are safe for your dog to eat. Serve with a side dish of meats or vegetables. Third, if you would like to serve your pup with ramen noodles, you should add some meat or vegetables as part of their diet. This way, they will get the right amount of vitamins from vegetables while getting their proteins and carbohydrates from meat. Reasons why dogs can eat ramen noodles. There are health benefits to why dogs can eat ramen. Aside from that, they are easy to chew and eat. They also come with these various positive factors. Variety in your dog's diet. Ramen noodles are considered a type of noodle that can offer variety to your dog's diets. It is easy for them to chew and eat and is rich in carbohydrates, giving them an energy boost. Plus, they have these low-fat contents, so it will be safe for your dog to eat when maintaining their weight. The best source of nutrients for your dog. Ramen noodles are a great source of nutrients that can help boost your dog's immune systems. In addition, this food will provide them with proteins and carbohydrates, perfect ingredients to build strong bones and muscles. In addition, these noodles also come with different mineral contents such as calcium for their teeth, magnesium for their muscles, and potassium for proper electrolyte balance. Affordable to buy. Ramen noodles are affordable for pet owners who are on a tight budget. It's cheap yet has various health benefits when consumed by your dog. Plus, since they don't really require much chewing effort with ramen noodles, you can feed them as a quick treat or form of a snack. Possible concerns when eating ramen noodles. Extreme cautions are best considered in taking care of your dog. The key is to be preemptive and aware of possible concerns. So, we list possible concerns when eating. Bladder stones. Ramen noodles contain high sodium content, which may lead to the development of bladder stones. This is why it's essential to monitor the amount consumed by your dog and prevent them from consuming too much in one sitting. Possible choking hazard due to small size. Ramen noodles are known for their smaller size, making them easier for dogs to chew and eat, but at times, this can be a choking hazard. It's best to avoid feeding your dog with ramen noodles if they are still in their growing stages, unless you can monitor them while eating and prevent any accidents from happening, such as getting stuck at the throat. Possible allergic reactions. Ramen noodles contain wheat and soybeans, which may lead to allergic reactions. That's why you have to boil the noodles so that these contents will thoroughly cook and be safe for your dog to eat, which will also assure them of a balanced diet. Signs your dog is sick from eating ramen noodles. Early warnings can manifest when your dog is sick from eating ramen noodles. Some of these warning signs are vomiting and diarrhea. When your dogs experience vomiting along with watery stool, it's best to bring them into veterinary care as soon as possible for diagnosis. This will help identify the severity of their condition, especially to find out if they might have salmonella poisoning. Depression and fatigue. If your dog shows signs of depression like not moving around much along with loss in energy levels, then it's time to bring them into veterinary care as soon as possible for diagnosis. This will help identify the severity of their condition, especially if they might have a case of pancreatitis. Facial swelling and itching. If your dog experiences facial swelling, especially around the ears along with itchy paws, then you should bring them into veterinary care as soon as possible for diagnosis. This will help identify the severity of their condition, finding if they might have a food allergy or intolerance. What to do if your dog is sick from eating ramen noodles? In case of an emergency, keeping calm and composed is the best initial response. But, yes, your dog might get sick from eating ramen, so it's best to bring them into veterinary care as soon as possible. That way, you can treat your dog in the process, like pumping ramen noodles out from its stomach. When your dog gets inspected, you also have to inform your vet about the history of their condition. This will help the veterinary team better diagnose your dog's conditions and give proper treatment for their ailments, such as gastritis or pancreatitis. Avoid these similar foods from this family. If you found your dog's adverse reaction towards ramen noodles, then it goes to show you have to avoid these similar foods from the noodles family. Spaghetti. Spaghetti is also a type of noodle that also goes into the same family as ramen noodles. It's best to avoid feeding your dog spaghetti, especially since it has high glycemic index content, which will possibly lead them to diabetes later on in their life if consumed excessively. Couscous. Ramen and spaghetti are known for their smaller size, making them easier for dogs to chew and eat, but at times, this can be a choking hazard. On the other hand, couscous is even smaller than these two types of noodles, leading to further complications if fed in large amounts, such as an intestinal blockage. Macaroni. The size of macaroni is smaller than couscous and ramen noodles, which makes it easier for dogs to chew, swallow, and digest. But macaroni is made of wheat flour, so caution should be considered when eating this type of noodle since it may lead to possible allergic reactions or digestive system problems if fed excessively. How to make ramen noodles safe to eat? We thank you, and at last, you're giving yourself a chance to give your dog's appetite better care. So, in this part, we will teach you ways to make ramen noodles safe to eat. Feed moderately. First and foremost, you should remember to feed your dog moderately. Yes, it can be tempting when you see dogs wagging their tails excitedly after smelling the food, but in this case, we need to put a stop to our own emotions since they're smaller than us. Avoid flavoring. If possible, you have to avoid adding seasonings to the noodles. Plain ramen noodles are more accessible for dogs to eat and digest with no adverse effects. This is important since it will help your dog's digestive system respond accordingly without any spice or flavor that might trigger them later on. Feed the cooked version. For those who prefer lightly seasoned ramen noodles, we recommend feeding the cooked version instead. This is because cooking will help remove the seasonings and spices, making it safer for your dog to avoid diseases like pancreatitis. Key takeaways. Indeed, dogs can safely eat ramen noodles in a way that you serve the noodles according to your dog's preference. In addition, ramen noodles can add variety to your dog's diet, containing a great source of nutrients for your dog's immunity system. Plus, you can make a budget table diet without having too many costs to prepare. Not all dogs are suitable for ramen noodles. That's why dogs may suffer from vomiting and diarrhea, depression and fatigue, and facial swelling and itching after eating the food. So, in emergency cases, it's best to bring your dog into veterinary care to mitigate its symptoms. May this article remind you that love moves in mysterious ways. Let's take the relationship with your dog. Before, you may encounter difficulty relating with them, but as time passes, it's now easy to get along with them using the language of love, unspoken, non-verbal yet lingering, and connecting. Indeed, love your dogs unconditionally. Forever and ever, Amen. Hopefully, we've helped you decide if the food was safe to eat. If we did, be sure to check out a free guide to turn your good doggy into a great doggo. Also, comment below if you'd like us to help you determine if your pet can eat other types of foods. Disclaimer: Can Pet Eat does not intend to provide veterinary advice. We go to great lengths to help users better understand their dogs. However, the information provided is not a substitute for veterinary guidance. Please be advised we are not veterinarians. Always consult your veterinarian.